McDowell County has flooded before, and according to residents, it's going to happen again. After attending a recent flood mitigation meeting, many people left with more questions than answers. Residents came looking for hope. Instead, many walked away worried, frustrated, and afraid. Let's dig in. One of the biggest concerns from the meeting was the timeline. Residents were told that once studies were completed, the actual flood mitigation work could take several years. Some estimates discussed at the meeting suggested it could take between 2 and 4 years before any major action even began. Now, families living near creeks and rivers, that's not comforting. Every heavy rain begins to bring fear. Every storm warning brings anxiety. Many residents are asking, what happens if another flood comes before then? People in McDowell County have always been resilient, but at this point they've lost homes, property, vehicle, bridges, roads, and in some cases, lives and their own peace of mind. To many residents, waiting years for protection is unacceptable. Another major issue that was raised at the meeting involved logging. Residents repeatedly voiced concerns that excessive logging and mountain runoff may be contributing to the flooding throughout the county. People described stripped hillsides, drainage issues, erosion, mudslides, and fast-moving runoff entering the streams and creeks. But according to several residents attending the meeting, those concerns appeared to receive very little attention. Many left feeling like one of the biggest contributors to flooding was brushed aside. How can you talk about flood mitigation without seriously addressing what's happening on the mountains? Residents are demanding real investigation and accountability because to them, prevention matters just as much as cleanup. One of the things became very clear in this meeting was the emotional scars from the floods are still very real. Residents spoke openly about fear, stress, sleepless nights, and trauma connected to past floods. For many families, heavy rain is no longer just weather, it's a trigger. People described watching waters rise, roads disappear, and belongings floating away. Some residents admitted that they now panic every time storms move into the area. This is not just an infrastructure issue. It's a mental and emotional crisis affecting communities across McDowell County. Another concern that shocked many people at the meeting: not every area is expected to receive mitigation work. Officials explained that only selected locations may qualify for flood mitigation projects, and that raised immediate concerns from residents living in what they feel would be outside of the zone. What about everybody else? Families living in non-selected areas will now be left wondering, will they simply be forgotten? Will their roads, bridges, homes, communities continue to face flooding without help? For many residents, the meeting created a divide between areas that may receive protection and areas that will be left behind. Many residents walked into the meeting hoping for concrete solutions. Instead, they say they received studies, timelines, paperwork, and uncertainty. To frustrated citizens, it feels less like an urgent action and more like bureaucracy. Some residents openly question whether the meeting was designed to solve problems or simply make it appear that progress is being made. We don't need another meeting. We need action. In a county that has repeatedly faced devastating floods, patience and time is running out. This is another feeling shared by many people across McDowell County. A feeling that after generations of sacrifice, this county has been forgotten. For decades, McDowell County helped power America. The coal mined from these mountains helped build industries, fuel factories, generate electricity, and keep the nation running. Families here worked long hours underground. Many gave health, some gave their lives. McDowell County helped power America, and we helped build this country as it is. Why does it feel like no one cares about us now? Another major question emerging from the meeting was around Tetra. This company is involved in studying flood mitigation possibilities and future planning efforts. But some residents are now wondering, is Tetra truly here to help move toward solutions? Or are the studies and planning efforts becoming a way to delay responsibility and postpone immediate action? Residents understand that engineering studies take time, but they also believe communities currently in danger cannot afford endless delays. Trust will depend on whether or not real actions follow these meetings. McDowell County residents are not asking for miracles. They're asking for protection, for accountability, for urgency, and for reassurance that their communities still matter. Because for many families here, flooding is not a distant possibility. It's a fear they live with every single day. And now the biggest question of all remains. Will help arrive before the next flood does?